The city glimmered under the moon, silent and unaware of the new terror unleashed. On a rooftop, Mega Man watched the horizon, his black hair reflecting in the moonlight. Dr. Wily had returned, this time with 8 deadly new robot masters of his own creation. Mega Man chose his first target, Metal Man. With that, he adorned his blue helmet and leaped into the sky. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you've had a good week. Today, I'm going to get into some Retronannigans. Mega Man 2, with its excellent gameplay, intriguing story, and challenging levels, has been a longtime favorite of mine. So I'm going to try and bring one of my favorite moments from the game to life, the Metal Man fight. Whenever I get a chance to play Mega Man 2, I always go for Metal Man first. 1, because he's one of my favorite characters, and 2, because the metal blades are so overpowered. Let's see if I can do this classic battle justice in miniature. I wasn't really sure at first if I was going to be able to pull this off, but I am going to try to take this foam and turn it into my best interpretation of Metal Man's arena. And with any luck, by the end, I'll have a really cool battle scene featuring 2 of my favorite video game characters of all time. While I finish blocking this out, I'll go ahead and tell you the beginning of Mega Man vs. Metal Man. He dropped into Metal Man's factory, a maze of gears, grinding belts, and glinting saws. The air reeked of oil and scorched metal. Without hesitating, he dashed forward. Drills shrieked as they dropped from the ceiling. Metal Man rolled, fired 3 shots, and each drill exploded in a rain of sparks. Conveyor belts lurched beneath him, pulling him towards saw blades set into the walls. He jumped, flipping onto a gear platform, firing at spheres rattling toward him across the floor. Pistons slammed down in rhythmic, deadly thuds, forcing him to time his sprints perfectly. A massive guard robot dropped from above, fists swinging in a wide arc. Mega Man slid beneath one swing, pivoted, and fired a series of well-placed shots into its back, scattering metal across the moving belts. His sensors pinged with warnings, but he ignored them, pushing deeper into the roaring mechanical labyrinth. Finally, he reached a towering steel door. He knew that inside, Metal Man awaited. Hey, welcome back to my popsicle stick and foam craft. I think I have a pretty good base here already. The only materials I've used so far are popsicle sticks, XPS foam, and Elmer's glue. I used the Elmer's glue because today I'm crafting in challenge mode. I also went ahead and primed this. I feel like I'm always in a rush to get past the pink phase of my builds, and now I feel a whole lot better about it all. For the characters, I found both Mega Man and Metal Man on Cults 3D. Metal Man came looking like this, pleading for his life. I'm just kidding, he's actually in a mid-jump throwing pose. Mega Man came in somewhat of a trophy pose, so I had to heavily modify him in Blender. I also got some blades to print with Metal Man, but the buster shots, as overly complex as they seem, I was able to create them quite effortlessly. While I'm painting these up and continuing to work on the arena, I'll tell you part 2 of Mega Man vs. Metal Man. Inside, conveyor belts looped seamlessly, shifting and grinding like a living creature. In the center stood Metal Man, crimson armor gleaming in the red warning lights, a circular blade spinning lazily above his grimace. "So you're the famous Mega Man," Metal Man sneered, voice cold and metallic. Mega Man raised his buster. "It ends tonight." Metal Man's laugh cut through the chamber like a blade itself. Without warning, he hurled a metal blade. Mega Man dove. The blade tore past his helmet, embedding into the wall with a shrill whine. Mega Man fired back, but Metal Man danced across the conveyor belts, moving almost effortlessly, blades flying from his arm in a relentless slicing storm. A sudden movement, Mega Man misjudged for just an instant. One blade whipped forward, grazing his stomach. Sparks and blue plating sprayed out as a thin, burning line carved across his side. He staggered back, his internal systems screaming alerts. Metal Man seized the moment. Leaping high above, Mega Man snapped up his buster, fired, but the shot just missed, sizzling past Metal Man's shoulder and detonating against the far wall. Metal Man landed, whirling another blade into his hand. Mega Man's circuits burned with pain, but he forced himself upright, focusing, reading Metal Man's next move. Metal Man lunged forward, arm cocked. Mega Man leaped straight up, timing it perfectly. At the peak of his jump, he fired point blank. The blast struck Metal Man in the chest, sparks of energy flaring wildly. Metal Man's visor flickered, his blades falling limp. He dropped heavily onto the belt, slid forward, and collapsed, his red eyes dimming to black. After going hard neon to get that green color, I went for some Army Painter soft tone wash to try and get that scuffed brown from the arena. I remember clearly the first time I was ever exposed to Mega Man. It was Mega Man 2. I was in the 4th grade and one of my friends had it. We were playing the Heat Man stage when his mom told us we had to go outside and play. I talked about it for weeks heading up to my birthday, and it's all I kept asking for. Eventually the day came and I received a copy of Mega Man 1. Still a great game, but Mega Man 2 was not on sale that day, and that's what my mom went with. Are you a Mega Man fan? If so, what was your first game? What's your favorite Robot Master? If you're enjoying this build and this story, please drop me a like so I know that I'm doing it right. And if you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and subscribe. You don't have to do that bell icon though, I'm not into it either. I appreciate any feedback you want to give me also. I want to make these better and better. This right here was a huge pain to try and get this buster shot to look like it was shooting from something. I eventually went with cotton balls and a copious amount of Elmer's glue since we are still in challenge mode. After that, I used a little bit of UV resin to hang up Metal Man and cut some stencils to decorate the conveyor belt, but I only used one of them, and I just painted all the others. I also used some cardstock to make some gears for the background. While I'm finishing up here with all of that, I'll tell you the conclusion of the story. Mega Man dropped to one knee, clutching his side. The cut was shallow, but the pain shot through his frame. Each spark a reminder of how close he'd come to failing. Slowly, he pushed himself up and stepped forward. He touched Metal Man's weapon module. A surge of energy flowed through him, the Metal Blade data merging with his systems. He felt it instantly. Sharp, precise, versatile. The conveyor belts ground to a stop. Silence filled the factory, broken only by the faint echo of settling gears. Mega Man stood slowly, his mind already shifting to the challenges ahead. Airman's storms, Heatman's scorching halls, Quickman's lightning-fast attacks, each waiting for him somewhere in the darkness. He flexed his new blade weapon, feeling power pulse just beneath the surface. "Who is next?" he whispered. With a final glance back at the fallen Metal Man, he turned and stepped into the shadows, wounded but unbroken. The war had only just begun. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for Mega Man vs. Metal Man. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more of this type of stuff, and I hope you have a good week. Alrighty, bye bye.